Today we offer the Mahasankathan, the great offering for all realms of existence, for samsara. Actually, we always give, we always offer. But this is not the only time. We will continue to give, to offer, helping through ending until samsara as a whole is ended in everything. Therefore, let's give up, even the giving up itself, totally. Let's end throughout the whole heart and mind for everything. And for all cases of karma in every Buddha era, since the past until now, let's humbly ask for forgiveness. Let's release the karma altogether for all groups of beings. Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Putthaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. Dhammāṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. Saṅghāṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. Tutiyampi Putthaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. Tutiyampi Dhammāṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. Tutiyampi Saṅghāṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Putthaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Dhammāṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Saṅghāṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. May we all, humans and non-humans, in all realms of existence, from the lowest hell realms until the Brahma realms, including all the karmic payback zones, humbly declare renunciation and evocation of all desires, expectations, and wishes within the body-mind aggregates, within all the knowledge and seeings, looking. May we declare renunciation and evocation of all deluded desires and expectations, both in worldly and in Dhamma. May we declare renunciation and evocation of all deluded desires and expectations within all things and all elements, within the earth, air, water, and fire, within the physical world and samsara. May we declare renunciation and evocation of all deluded desires and expectations towards the path to the enlightenment, towards liberation of sufferings, deludedly setting up to obtain merit great blessed fortunes and living the life. And in all realms of existence, may we declare removal of all commitments and obligations, all the vows which we have had in every lifetime. May we declare renunciation and evocation of all vengeance, all the harbor thoughts to get back, the mindset to reject. May we declare renunciation and evocation of all of these. And may we humbly ask for forgiveness to release all cases of karma which creates discriminations in realms of existence, in groups of beings. No matter how cases of karma has happened in every period of time, since before the first great Buddha onwards, and any karma which we have had towards the graces, towards those with great blessed fortunes, towards those Buddha seeds, those who bless beings, and towards all beings, in all realms of existence, in all groups of beings, which we have related towards each other, not in the way of emptiness to emptiness, nibbana to nibbana. For all cases of karma and all types of karma, may all karma be released for all of us from now on. May all karma within the samsara, which we have had towards the Buddhas or noble ones, Pacceka Buddhas, and all the Buddha followers, karma towards the triple gems, karma towards the physical world and samsara at large, since the beginning of time, may all Buddhas preside over. May all cases of karma of all realms of existence be released from now on. Ahosi, Ahosi, Ahosi. And may we all, together with all beings in all realms of existence, humbly invite the great perfections of all Buddhas, the Maha Buddhas, the Maha Bodhisattvas, in all graces. Please preside over to receive the great offerings from all of us, both from the non-humans and the humans. Any merits which has arisen from this offering by Nibbana as it is, may all beings in all realms of existence, in all groups, all the karmic debtors and the karmic debtors of the karmic debtors be part of this giving and the alignment with Nibbana as it is forever and ever. Giving up in the way that gives ending, in the way that is without flaw within itself. Give up the giving up itself. Give up even the giving up itself. Not to just use oneself to give up. Give up the giving up itself, then it will be liberated by Nibbana, purifying samsara altogether. Therefore, that which is against the alignment to help samsara towards ending is the grasping mind, the mindset to attain, to obtain, to get. Grasping for that which is not about grasping. Therefore, it becomes karmic difficulties in the delusion to grasp on and on without ending, if not having a conclusion towards ending thoroughly. The most against and obstructing, helping through ending is the grasping mind itself actually. Even grasping for the path to the enlightenment is no exception. That is grasping for the non-grasping. Therefore, this kind of mindset becomes karmic difficulties in itself, which has been continued since the past and forward without ending. Therefore, let's remind oneself with the essence of no grasping, even for the non-grasping itself. Give up, even the giving up itself. This will purify the belief values of viewpoints. The values in wishes, wanting, acting on to get something. This is the belief values of one's own opinions. Let's purify all this. Use the reminders to purify themselves thoroughly, constantly. Give up the giving up itself, child. No grasping even for the non-grasping itself. use the reminder that purifies themselves well.
ขวางมากเลยนะไอ้ตัวปรารถนาเอาตัวตั้
The
งเอา
wishes, the mindset to get is very much obstructing the helping towards ending.
วัดไม่ได้แล้ว
It's impossible to help end for samsara.
ขวางไว้ซะเอง
Worse is that it's obstructing oneself,
ให้ตัวเองก็ตาม
whether it is
ญาติพี่น้องก็ตามทีแล้ว
getting
เอาให้
for oneself for the sake of oneself or one's own relatives is extremely obstructing,
บริการทั้งวงศาคณาญาติ
collectively creating karma and karmic retributions altogether with the whole family of relatives. This is without being conscious,
จับไปดอกบัวอยู่ได้ไม่สำนึก
always seeing the darkness
ไม่สำนึกล้างสำนึกเลย
as light, without being conscious to purify the conscience
รู
itself.
ปแบบกรรมวิบากทั้งหลายเนี่ย
Therefore, all forms of karmic difficulties,
เอาทั้งหลายที่มันเคย
by ways of determination, projection,
ที่หลงสร้าง
since the
เอง
path
เนี่ย
which has been deludedly creating all by oneself,
รู้สติล้างเลย
let's purify it
มันกลายเป็น
through the reminders constantly because it has turned into karmic difficulties already within living the life as well.
นิโรธล้างเลย
Continue to purify through Nirodha,
สติเองรู้สติที่นิพพาน
the reminder that has Nirodha and Nibbana within itself,
ทุกอย่างคือละตัวละ
which
เอง
is everything is let go of the letting go itself. It's not about deludedly letting go of anything.
ละเองนั่นแหละลูกไม่ใช่ไปมัวแต่หลงละไม่ละอะไรทุกอย่างก็คือไม่ยึด
Everything is not attached to the non-attachment itself, child.
ไม่ยึดอะไร
Let's not be deludedly trying to not attach
ไอ้ตัวหลงไม่ยึด
to
เองนั่นแหละ
anything.
ลูกไม่ยึดตัวไม่ยึดเองทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างนี่นิพพานนุสตินิโรธ
Reminders of Nirodha and
นิพ
Nibbana.
พานนี่นุสติเลยลูกนุสติที่นิโรธนี่นุสติเลยทุกอย่างก็สละตัว
Everything
สละเอง
is give up the giving up itself.
ไม่ใช่มัวแต่ไปหลงสละอะไร
This is not about being deluded to give up anything, to sacrifice for anything.
สละล้างตัวสละเอง
Give
นั่นแหละ
up
สละตัวสละเอง
purifies itself.
มันจะได้จบ
Sacrificing, purifying itself. In this way, there's ending.
อย่ามัวแต่เป็นสมุทัย
Let's not be engrossed with the samutai in the path, on and on. Cause of karma, cause of suffering within the path.
แต่นั่นไอ้ตัวตั้งเอา
Therefore, all the determination and wishes for anything is always have within the shallowness of the mind or in the depth of the mind is always an obstruction in itself. It turns into belief values of the viewpoint, which is the samutai itself, is obstructing, helping through ending altogether. Quarrels happen all over the world is because of this. Becoming hungry ghosts because of determination to get something. Circling up and down because of this determination, expectations and desires. Let's use Nirodha and Nibbana as a conclusion instead. The reminders that has Nirodha and Nibbana in itself. Give up the giving up itself. This is the reminder that has the extinction in itself. Let's be thorough with it. This is the reminder that ends within itself. It affects helping through ending for everything altogether, collectively. Let's not lead one another to think and to recall to get something. It is the belief values that is low down. Flow down towards woeful realms. Even the high realms is not the way. Still being realms of existence, Therefore, don't be stuck with just woeful realms.
หมดจดดีๆในนึกสติสิ
Use the reminders that has no flaw in it thoroughly. Give up the giving up
อย่ามัวแต่
itself,
ตัวตน
child.
ในการสละแต่ไม่สละตัวตนในการสละเอง
Let's not be stuck with just having identity to give up and not giving up itself.
อย่ามัวแต่ตัวเองในการ
Let's not
ละ
be
อะไรละไม่ละ
stuck
ตัว
with
ละ
just
ตัวเอง
having identity to let go of
ไม่ละ
something
ตัวเองมันไม่หมดจดสิ
when the letting go is not letting go of itself. That is not yet without flaw.
นิโรธนึกสตินิพพานนึกสติ
Use the reminders of Nirodha and Nibbana to purify samsara onwards
นิโรธ
thoroughly.
นึกสติเองนึกสติที่จบนึกสติเอง
The reminders that gives ending within itself, that has the extinction within itself, continue onwards, child.
น่ะสละแม้กระทั่งตัวสละเอง
Give up even the giving up itself.
ไอ้ตัวผู้สละไอ้ตัวผู้สละนั่นแหละมัน
The one who is sacrificed, the one who gives, is still stuck within such an identity, is not without flaw yet. Give up must give up itself as well.
มีแต่ตัวผู้ให้
There is just the giver.
มันจะไปหมดจดได้ยังไง
How can there be the flawlessness there?
ไอ้ตัวผู้ให้ตัวผู้ให้
The giver
มันไม่ล้างตัวผู้ให้
doesn't purify itself.
สละตัวสละเอง
Give up the giving up itself, child.
ผู้ให้ผู้เสียสละ
This will
ด้วย
purify the giver and the sacrificer simultaneously.
วางแม้กระทั่งตัววางเอง
Put down even the putting down itself, child.
ที่มีแต่ตัวเองไปวางอะไร
Not just having someone or oneself trying to put down anything.
นึกสติเดียวก็นิพพานนี่นึกสตินั่นเลยลูก
That
นึกสติ
single
เดียว
reminder
นึกสตินั่นเลย
has the extinction and the enlightenment within itself. It has flawlessness within itself. It is the great perfection, the great compassion within itself. It's the same as give up the giving up itself, letting go of the letting go itself, all the same.
มัวแต่จ้องมีเวลาอะไรถกเถียงกันยุ่งวุ่นวาย
Being obsessed to determine to let go of something on, mourning about the ability to let go or not.
ตัวตีโพยตีพาย
Let's purify the letting go itself. End all mourning.
เองสิ
Let go of the letting go itself instead. It will end the identity that is letting go.
อะไรอยู่แล้วเป็นความหลงชนิดหนึ่งนะ
It's the kind of delusion, that kind of act on letting go.
ถูกละเป็นหน้าตา
The object of the letting go is anatta.
ตัวเป็นภาระอนิจจัง
The letting go itself is also anatta, is meaningless,
ทุกขังในตัวเป็นภาระ
is also suffering in itself.
ยังเป็นสมุทัยมรรค
This
วิธีอยู่
is
เลย
The path of the samutai,
เองสิ
the samutai of the path. Let go of the letting go itself instead. Don't be preoccupied to let go of anything,
สมุทัยในตัวเป็นภาระ
because it is the cause of karma within itself, the cause of suffering within itself.
มันเลยไม่จบในอริย
That's
สัจ
why
สิ
there is no ending within the noble path.
อย่ามัวแต่อริยะอะไรอยู่เล่า
Don't be obsessed with such a path, on and on.
ละตัวละเอง
Let go of the letting go itself with everything, child. Everything is give up the giving up itself.
จบหมดทุกมรรควิถี
End all path, child.
ยุติหมดทั้งมรรควิถี
End all path.
ไม่มัวแต่อริยะไม่มัว
Let's
แต่
not be obsessed with being worldlings or noble ones.
ว่างที่มันไม่ใช่แม้กระทั่งว่าง
The emptiness is not the emptiness itself.
นิพพานที่มันไม่ใช่แม้กระทั่งนิพพาน
The enlightenment is not even the enlightenment itself, child.
ที่มันไม่มีความหมาย
Nibbana
นิพพานเอง
is meaningless in itself,
มัว
child.
แต่อริยะอย่ามัว
Let's
แต่
not be obsessed to be worldlings or noble ones, on and on.
ทุกอย่างก็สละตัว
Everything is give up the giving up itself.
มันจะได้ยุติ
This will give ending all path.
มันเป็นมรรควิถีได้อย่างไรเล่า
How the path
สร้างขึ้นเอง
arise, because the desire creates it.
ถ้ามันไม่มีตัณหามันก็ไม่มี
Without
มรรควิ
desire,
ถี
there's no path.
มันไม่มีโมหะมันก็ไม่มี
Without delusion, there's no path,
ไม่
child.
มีตัวหลงปฏิบัติ
Because there is no delusion in practices.
ที่มันยังปฏิบัติอยู่ก็เพราะ
The practice remains because the desire is there.
อยากได้อยากมีอยาก
Wanting to have, wanting to be, to get.
ที่มันยังหลงเจริญอยู่ยังหลงปฏิบัติ
There's still the delusion to practice because the delusion is still there.
ตัวหลงปฏิบัติ
Therefore, there is no ending the delusion to practice yet.
มัวแต่สร้างค่านิยม
Being obsessed to create belief values. This is all about samudaya, causes of suffering, causes of karma.
ทะเลาะกันที่วุ่นวายไปหมด
Quarrels chaotically about the ability to let go or not,
อะไรเล่า
putting down or
ไม่
not,
ละไอ้ตัวละเองนี่
because it's not letting go of the letting go itself. How can we make up
ไม่สละตัวสละเอง
to let go of something
อะไรเล่า
or give up something? What identity is doing it?
ใครจะมาตีโพยตีพายสละมากสละน้อย
And then mourning about the abilities of more or less to act on sacrifices. Who is it that is doing it?
ไม่นิพพานสรุปสักที
This is without conclusion of the enlightenment.
ใจอย่าได้หลงก็ยิ้มย่อง
Don't be obsessed
ในยินดีปรีดา
to appreciate and be glad
ไม่น้อย
about giving more or less,
ตัวให้ไม่ล้างตัวให้เอง
about the act on giving, still having someone giving.
ทุกอย่างสละ
Make a conclusion well, everything is give up the giving up itself. This will purify the giver at the same time.
ให้มันยังขวางอยู่นะ
The giver is still an obstruction in itself, child.
มันจะนิพพานล้างสังสารวัฏตรงๆกันได้อย่างไรล่ะ
How can there be direct purification of Nibbana
ตัวอยู่
when the identity is made up and being stuck within itself?
ทุกอย่างสละตัวสละเอง
Everything is give up the giving up itself, child. Everything is let go of the letting go itself.
ทุกอย่างก็คือไม่ยึด
Everything is not attached to the non-attachment itself.
มันจะได้ล้างหมด
This will purify everything.
ไม่ยึดอะไร
All the attempt to attach or not attach,
เข้าไปถีง
it will purify all paths.
มันจะได้ไม่มีใครไปคอยตำหนิ
So that
ไม่ต้องมีใครไป
there will not be anyone
ไปแข่งดีแข่ง
to say anything or compete anyone or rebuke anyone. No one will not show off the samudaya regarding the perfections more or less having, ending before or after. No one will not showing off the samudaya to anyone. No one will show off the karmic difficulties towards anyone. Deludedly, being good or not good, always giving significance and meanings to goodness and badness. That is the delusion, child. Back off. Give up the giving up itself. Instead, let's not be obsessed to try to give up delusively anything. That is the form of karmic difficulties.
เอามากก็ต้องให้มาก
Whatever is taken a lot, the giving must be a lot as well. Whoever that is receiving a lot, then have to giving a lot as well. This is the form of taking on the karmic difficulties.
ถอยกลับมาละตัวละเอง
Back off.
มาสละตัวสละเองพร้อมกันเลย
Give up the giving up itself, let go of the letting go itself simultaneously with everything.
มาสละตัวสละเองทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างตัณหาเอาซ้าย
When the desire is off-sided, back off.
มัวแต่อะไรกับอะไร
Being obsessed with significance and meanings and taking things into account. This is the desire that is off-sided.
ถอยกลับมาละตัวละเอง
Back off. To let go of the letting go itself.
วางตัววางเอง
Put down the putting down itself. It's not about having an identity to give up, to put down, to let go of anything. Step back.
มันจะได้ไม่มัวแต่หลบไม่มัวแต่ลี้
In this way, there is no need to always escape, hurriedly escape and run away.
ตัววิเวกเอง
Seclude from the seclusion itself.
จากอะไร
Let's not be deludedly secluding from anything,
อะไรตัววิเวกมันก็ยังอยู่
because the seclusion or solitude
มีอยู่นั่น
as oneself is remain there.
เอง
Seclude from the seclusion itself instead.
สละตัวสละเอง
In the same way, give up the giving up itself. It's not about having oneself
เอง
giving up something,
มันยังไม่หมดจด
because that is not yet without flaw.
มันจะไม่เกี่ยวเลยลูกใคร
This will have nothing to do with whoever that is letting go or not letting go of anything. Back off to let go of the letting go itself simultaneously with the whole samsara.
สละเองพร้อมกันเลยลูกทุกสิ่งทุกอย่าง
Back off, give up the giving up itself with everything simultaneously.
ละตัวละเอง มันจะได้หมดตัวผู้ติดหมดตัวผู้หลุด
So that it will
หมดตัว
end
ผู้ดีผู้ไม่ดี
someone who is attached or detached, someone who is good or bad.
ฉะนั้นทุกๆกรณี
Therefore, for all cases of karma which we have had in every Buddha era, with all the Buddhas, the Arahants, in determination to grasp for something and everything,
ผลนิพพานโลก
even the path to the enlightenment child, all the wishes towards bodhisattvas, mahabodhisattvas, towards merit, great blessed fortunes and perfections, all the mistakes we have done, deludedly grasping for that which is not about grasping, it becomes karmic difficulties. Without stopping, it will keep on into the future. This is with the whole samsara. All cases of karma, of our determination, with desire and expectation towards the Buddhas, towards Triple Gem, towards the Mahabharami, towards Bodhisattva, Mahabodhisattvas, may everything be ahosi, ahosi, ahosi,
ขอมาเรื่อยขอไปเรื่อย
always begging,
ขี้ขอ
beggar.
เหม็นกันไม่รู้ว่าเหม็นอย่างไรได้ขี้ขอ
This is so smelly, such a way of begging.
เป็นนิสัยมาเรื่อยนี่
This has been like a habit,
จากเจ็บไข้ป่วย
even begging to relieve from all ailments.
รู้ไหมมันเป็นหนี้กรรม
You know, this is the death of karma,
เวียนเป็นวิบาก
because it will be karmic difficulty circling, always having to heal others.
ขอให้คุ้มครองป้องกันภัย
Begging for protection, for safety. Therefore, one have to always become someone who is a healer, beggar.
ล้างสมัยลูก
From now on, purify it. All kind of belief values, don't give value to it.
ถอยกลับมาสละตัวสละ
Step back to give up the giving up itself, to let go of the letting go itself. Step back to not attach to the non-attachment itself. Purify all belief values.
ทำไมอย่างนั้นก็เดือดร้อน
Otherwise, it will trouble the Mahaparami all the time,
เดี๋ยวมาสรุปล้างอยู่เรื่อย
because they have to always come down to make a conclusion to purify everyone and everything.
ขนาดขอให้หายจาก
Even
ไข้ได้ป่วย
beg
เป็นหนี้กรรมใน
for relieving of ailments is become debts of karma
ไม่นิพพานสรุปไม่นิโรธ
without conclusion of the extinction and the enlightenment.
ขวางนะขวางการจบ
It's an obstruction towards
ขวาง
ending.
การจบช่วยสังสารวัฏอย่างยิ่งเพราะว่า
It's
มัน
an obstruction to help ending for samsara, because one doesn't end by oneself.
ฟังตรงๆสินิโรธ
Listen
นิพพาน
directly
ของโลก
towards Nirodha and Nibbana, child.
ทุกอย่างก็คือไม่ยึด
Everything is not attached to the non-attachment itself.
อย่าทิฏฐิแผลงไปเรื่อยอย่าทิฏฐิผิดเพี้ยนไปเรื่อย
Let's not be distorted by one's own opinions. Make a conclusion directly towards ending, purify it directly. Let's not interpret, giving meanings this and that. This turn into karmic difficulties of intelligence and wisdoms. Mindfulness, concentration, contemplation, wisdom and insight are realms of existence totally. Deludedly determined to practice for attainment is realms of existence. And realms of existence are not enlightenment, are not nibbana. All the wisdoms are realms of existence. Knowing is also realms of existence. Opinions are all of realms of existence. Put down even the putting down itself. Let go even the letting go itself. Not attach even to the non-attachment itself. With this, it will be without flaw from the identity who is attached or detached, who is letting go or not, putting down or not, and being worldlings or noble one's child. Make a conclusion towards ending instead of having the earnesty to have all wishes. Use the reminders that purify themselves constantly. Step back to give up the giving up itself beyond having the mind and the heart, beyond having oneself there. In all earnesty and perseverance. Continue to use the reminders to purify themselves. Belief values are really create difficulties. Always begging, always wishes. This is samudaya of the belief. The values given is the samudaya within itself. The samudaya means causes of karma, causes of suffering. The samudaya is the causes of the suffering and the suffering in itself. The determination, desire and expectations is the suffering in itself, child. The wishes are also suffering in themselves, which continue into the future, which is called the samudaya vibhaka, the karmic difficulties of the causes of suffering. Even determined for nibbana is already gone further. Determination, wishes, desire, even for blessed fortunes. This is deceiving oneself to be in difficulty on and on, not listening to Buddhas. Let go of the letting go itself. That which is not attached even to the non-attachment itself. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. There is no such thing as anatta, grasping for anatta. This is just something that is overlaying. There is no such anicca that is grasping for the anicca, child. There is no such a suffering that grasping for suffering itself, child. There is only the delusion that is there. Anicca, dukkha, anatta has been enlightened to this truth. There is no such thing as anicca, dukkha, anatta that is liberating from itself. It's just a delusion that is acting on it. Listen again. Listen towards that which gives ending within itself. Don't try to let go of the suffering, child. Let go of the letting go itself instead. Because of the letting go of suffering is the suffering in itself, Listen again. Everything is let go of the letting go itself.
ไม่ใช่ไปละทุกข์
This is not about letting go of
ไป
suffering.
ละ
Huh?
ทุกข์อะไรมันเป็นทุกข์ในตัวละทุกข์เอง
The suffering happens because of the letting go of the suffering itself.
ไม่ใช่
Back off. Let go of the letting go itself.
อะไรอยู่นั่น
Not to try to let go of something on and on that is off-sided.
ไม่รู้สึกบ้างหรืออย่างไรเล่า
You don't feel that
ละได้ละไม่ได้บ่นกันมาตลอด
the complaint about
ติดตัวไปคอยละนั่นแหละลูก
ability to let go or not letting go, it's stuck.
มันไม่ใช่อะไรไปละอะไร
This is not about something that is letting go of anything. It's all anicca and anatta. Always changing. The objects of the letting go is also ever changing.
มีปัญหาว่าไอ้ตัวคอยละ
The problem is there because of the attempt to let go and not letting go.
ทุกอย่างละตัวละ
Everything is let go of the letting go itself. It's not about letting go of anything, child.
ล้างทุกขตินิยม
Let's purify all types of belief values
ไทยคติอะ
because it is the samutai, the belief values samutai,
โมหะโม
collective
หาโม
delusion,
ทานโม
collective desire, collective delusive attachment, being obsessed with belief
เอา
values,
แต่ทิฏฐินิยม
being
ต้องนั้น
obsessed
ต้อง
with
นี้
belief
โม
values,
หะโมสิตัณหาโม
opinionated,
สมุทัยโม
all about collective desire, delusion, and delusive attachment.
เมื่อยไหมเล่าไปคอยสละ
Are you
เหนื่อย
exhausted
มาก
trying to give up this and that? Huh?
ทำไมไม่สละไอ้ตัว
Why
สละ
not
เอง
give
เล่า
up the giving up
มันจะได้
itself
ผล
instead
ทุกการสละ
so that it will be without flaw in every giving up, in every sacrifice?
นั่นแหละให้มันยิ่งกว่าการมีชีวิตอยู่เลยสิ
Let's go beyond
ไม่เอาแม้กระทั่ง
living
ตัวไม่เอา
life.
เอง
No grasping even for the non-grasping itself.